Hi everyone, it's Chelle from Chelle Crochet. Welcome to my January 2021 goals. Welcome back to Chelle Crochet. I'm Chelle. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for being here and Happy New Year. I know I'm really late to the party, but better late than never, right? So today I want to discuss with you my goals for 2021 and my 2021 Make 9. So let's get right into it. I've been recently inspired by some of my fellow crafty podcasters here on YouTube. Carrie Penny, and I'm sure many others of you. I have made myself a journal for this year, for 2021, to keep track. So I'm actually gonna open this up to my 2021 goals. All right, so I'm gonna be looking down a bit so I can go through them with you, and I'll try to be as quick as possible. Number 1, focus on using the yarn I have first, particularly the yarn I love. And I've already started on this initiative by starting a new Granny Diamond Granny Square blanket using my Caron Big Cakes, the ones that I had a one-off of, because I love that yarn. And I have been spending a lot of time in my yarn room in January, and at least I did that because I really want to be able to see things easily and know they're there and use the things that I love first, because I don't have to save them for anything. There's no reason to. Number 2, create a Make 9 and adjust quarterly. So I'm going to talk about my Make 9 at the very end of this video, but I have made it. Number 3, create and use a project journal to document all my makes. Just a regular notebook. I already had the notebook, and I'm into stickers, in case you don't already know or haven't already figured that out. So yeah, this is my 2021 project journal, and there's a lot of stuff written down in here. I had been trying to really make use of my phone and taking pictures of things. I would take pictures of my makes with their hooks, so I could never be led astray there. But I was just finding, even with Instagram, I wasn't able to keep track to the extent that anytime I made something, I could go back and find it. So that's what my goal is. I want to be able to find it, and I'm gonna try and just keep it to this book for the year, but we'll see. It gives me about 5 or 6 pages a month, and we'll see. So far in January, it's working out okay, and I love seeing all the fun stickers. Oh, I've got other ones I'm gonna show you. So here's, like, for example, here's my home page for January. And like, I still have room to write there if I need to, right? Probably not about a project, but you never know what you might need to keep track of. And then I also have February started. And in between, I have my notes on the things I've done in January, but that'll be in my January podcast. This book just happens to have like a middle section. So in my middle section, I kind of did like an ode to winter, spring, summer, and fall. And then when it flips over, I saved one of the stickers from Donna's Christmas card and just have this going. And yeah, so it's very kind of keepsakey in a writing down sort of way. So I'm hoping that'll work out great. Back to my goals. The next 2 goals are about blankets. So one new to me blanket project every 2 months. I make a lot of blankets, so there's no rule about the size, but what I want to do in 2021 is make sure that 6 blankets I make throughout the year are new to me patterns, not just me deciding to take the easy way out. And then the one right after it is 1 blanket of my choice every 2 months. So basically I'm saying I'm going to make 12 blankets in 2021. 6 of them are going to be patterns I've never done before, and 6 of them are going to be patterns that I'm very familiar with, and just whatever I decide to do, whether that's just a wing it blanket, a C to C, a granny square blanket. But there will be blankets, and there's no pressure here because they can be baby blankets. I didn't say what size. but hopefully it will motivate me to continue the learning, which is hopefully a lot of what 2021 will do for me. All right, so on to number 6. One pattern make a month. Either I follow a written pattern or I design a pattern. So that gives me some leeway there. I did design several things last year. I'm not very good at documenting that and making sure that it can be repeated, but there are several things that I would love, like I love to share with everyone. That's how I like to share on this channel. So there's several things that I did take the time to write out exactly what I did, and those are in the description box notes of all of the videos that they were part of. But I didn't take enough notes. I took notes, I just didn't take enough notes, and I was just too in the flow of it. So the whole point of this is I don't love patterns, I love tutorials, and I get too comfortable in just doing what I know to do. I want to learn, I want to continue learning. So one way to do that is to force myself to read the patterns, and I'll do that at least once a month, every other month. And then the months in between, I'll hopefully come up with something on my own that I can share. And I'll have done that in a style where I can document it and share it with everybody. Number 7, I'm going to participate in 4 CALs this year. I want to do 4 crochet alongs. I don't know what they're going to be. I'm not deciding in the month of January. I may go back and join some that have already started, but I want to participate in 1 CAL per quarter is how I'm looking at it, right? So every 3 months, I'll participate in something, and we'll see how it goes. Number 8, learn 1 new stitch a month. So there'll be 12. There is no shortage of information on new stitches, but yet there's tons of them I don't know. I've never even done the alpine stitch. It just kind of how they come into my world and my life and whether I get to use them over again. So I'm just going to make a habit of looking for new stitches, make a dishcloth, and go from there so that I can do and say that I've tried 12 new stitch patterns in 2021. Number 9 is to use my crochet resources, particularly my books, more. And I also have a bunch of soft copy things. So there's free downloads available in the iTunes bookstore, and I'm sure on Android there'd be a similar thing. And I've only made like 1 or 2 patterns out of the things that I've downloaded, and they were all free. So it goes back to just knowing that you have the resources and then using them. The biggest part of this goal is my complete crochet course book, because I did not spend enough time with that in 2020. So I plan to really use that book in 2021, and it's a very important goal to me. So feel free to call me on it. The other thing that falls into this category is catalogs. I get catalogs from Hirschner's all the time, and also some from Mary Maxim. And I don't really use the catalogs for their intended purpose. What I use them for is inspiration around color. You know, someone designed that Afghan for a reason and put those colors together. Would I like it exactly the way it looks in the picture, or would I do something different for me personally? It's still inspiration, and so that's why I keep them. So I'm going to actually create a little space to have them easily accessible to myself so that I flip through them on a fairly regular basis. If there's something I don't want, I'll get rid of it. Okay, I got 3 more left. Number 10, reorganize my yarn collection at least twice for optimal use, and I've already started that. So I've spent quite a bit of time in my yarn room in the month of January, and I have basically reorganized every single piece of yarn that's in here. I have redone my tallest shelf so that it's all worsted weight acrylic, and it's by sort of brand, if you will. The only brands I have enough of to like consider their own shelves are Bernat Premium and Bernat Super Value. But it's important to me to be able to first at a glance see that yarn so I know that I can make something with it. And the premium shelf already has given me an idea that made it to my Make 9. And so, yeah, it's just easier for me to see it like that. And, you know, it's still organized chaos because there's only a certain amount of room in here, and I've taken up every nook and cranny to the best of my ability. But, you know, I have sort of a gift bag that became a project bag, if you will, that's holding a bunch of my cakes right now. And I still want a better plan for those, but it is what it is. And I'm happy with it so far. And I would say in terms of organizing this room, I'm about 85% there for the first half of the year. And I figure I'll just do it like in June or July when it's kind of halfway through the year, and go from there, just so that, you know, I get to really make sure I see it all again and I move it around, because it does give me ideas of what I want to do with that yarn. So, and one of my little cubbies is got all of that Mary Maxim sparkle yarn staring at me, so I do not forget about that Christmas blanket this year. And I get it done. All right, 2 more to go. So the next one is related to, the next 2 actually are both related to YouTube. In terms of the channel, I am going to commit to creating channel content twice a month in 2021. The first year of me being on YouTube was 2020, and I did a podcast a month. And this year I'm planning to do a podcast a month and another something a month. So whether I end up splitting it out and talk to you twice about everything, or whether I have other little videos to come on and talk about, like today's video, great. But you will see me at least every 2 weeks, and maybe here and there in between. Depends what other crochet goodness comes my way, right? And lastly, use YouTube as a resource for continuing to evolve and improve my crochet, aka broaden my horizons. I absolutely love YouTube for what it offers us as a crochet community and what it offers me as the opportunity to learn. I really struggle with the fact that there are so many people that are putting out amazing podcast content that I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. So that is why you don't hear from me very often. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video and things like that, because literally I know how much there is to watch. And if you're here, I am 100% grateful and happy to have you be here, but I completely understand if there are other places you need to be. That's just who I am. I'm a real person, and I am on YouTube because people asked me to be on YouTube, and I'm on YouTube because I love crochet and I want to celebrate the things that I love about it and be able to have a conversation with you about it. So yeah, be here when you can, and I will be there when I can with all of you. But I need to use YouTube as a resource much more than I did last year. And to the extent where I was feeling overwhelmed, so I started to take off some of the bigger channels from my subscription feed because I couldn't keep up. But I thought, well, that's where all of kind of like I might want to get an idea from this, or I learn from this, and I need that back in my life. So that's a big part of using YouTube to help me learn about my favorite thing, which is crochet. And my channel is always going to be crochet related. It's not going to broaden into other parts of the fiber community. It's just going to be about crochet. And that was my goals for 2021. I think they're attainable goals, and I hope that I will feel that way towards the end of this year. And on to one more thing before I let you go, my Make 9. Okay, so you are seeing a picture of my Make 9, and I went through and purposely have filled my Make 9 with things that are completely free. So it is completely accessible to everybody who is interested in it, and also with patterns and channels, tutorials of people that really inspire me. So let's go through it. The first one is a Bag O' Day vest, and I will pop up the information below so that you can, if there's more information, it'll be easy for you to find. When I do get to making these projects, the link to the tutorial will be available in the description box of the video in which I discuss the make. Now, I will tell you that this one is going to be made by the end of the month because someone has asked me for this vest, and I thought I would use Crystal's version to get myself going. The next thing is the Shoulder Shrug, and that is by Krista at The Secret Yarnery. The next thing is the Solid Granny Square Bottom Bag by Bob Wilson 123. And I've been wanting to do this bag. I even started one because Rose from Rose Loves Crochet was making a ton of them last year, and I really like it. But I don't know what it is. I gave up. So I will not give up in 2021. And then recently you probably heard Debbie talk about and show the beautiful hoodie from Yarnspirations, which is made with comfy cotton. and I have a lot in a certain colorway that I think will make a great hoodie. So, and that's a pattern, and there's no tutorial, I checked, so that'll be a good challenge to, he also marked something else off my goals list. The center square is a Marley Bird baby blanket that is a stitch sampler blanket. So far as I can tell, the pattern is available for free on her blog, and there is tutorials available on YouTube. So I like the idea of doing it in blocks because the stitch sampler I've made before was in a row by row format. So finally there'll be a new stitch sampler for me because I never got to it last year, and I'm gonna try to do Marley Bird's version. The next one is another vest, and it is a Yarnspirations pattern. At least this is the one that I chose to include. There is a couple of very open lacy mesh type vests out there. So it will be that style of a vest that is a little bit even more summery than the first one that I put on here. But it may be a different version that I make. But this one is a free pattern as well, so that's why it's listed for you. And then the shawl. I was careful not to put very many shawls on this year because I make shawls anyway. The shawl that I did include was Jada's vintage lace shawl, and it is mostly treble crochet. So again, trying to push myself, using Jada to help me push myself because I did that last year with the Harvest Moon Wrap, and now I'm doing it with this one. Again, I've started this shawl a number of times in the last 3 or 4 years, and I've never gotten farther than, you know, a few rows. Next one over is the Yarnspirations Halloween blanket, and Ella made it for sure last year, and I'm pretty sure I saw a bunch of other people make it too, at least on our Facebook group or on her Facebook group. But this has been inspired by my one shelf of Bernat Premium because I have 6 balls of Bernat Premium in orange. So, and I actually have the spring green and the purple and the gray as well, all in Bernat Premium. So this will be a make for sure, and that will probably be a summer blanket that I make so that it's well ready before Halloween. And then lastly, my little ode to amigurumi, because it's not my jam, but I've been meaning to make that little mini tree pillow of Jada and Stitches for years. Actually, one of my girlfriends has asked for it. Yeah, and I have a lot of that Bernat satin in the emerald colorway left that has some sparkle in it, so I figured why not? That'll be a great little project for that yarn, and it gets an amigurumi on my Make 9. So that was my Make 9 for this year. I think it's all attainable, but I am giving myself a caveat where I am going to review it quarterly, and if I want to adjust it, I will. There's so many things that almost made the list and didn't. I would like to do the Iris Meets Granny, but you know, and I could just go on and on and on about things I would like to do. But I think this video has already gotten long enough, and I'm happy with the Make 9 I've come up with. Thanks to Tris from Comfy Crochet with Tris for pushing me, because I was kind of thinking I might skip the Make 9 this year, but when she said the words vision board, I thought, you know what, let's have a vision board. It's always good to have a vision. So those are my 2021 goals in my Make 9, and yeah, we'll interact about this at least once a quarter so that I can make sure that I'm checking things off my list, and also because I want to tell you what CALs I did get involved in and how we're doing on that part. So anyway, thanks for spending this time with me, everybody. Have a great day and happy crochet. Talk to you later. Bye.